Yo, 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 hello, and welcome to Team Fortress TV. This is Admirable. I'm joined tonight by Yuki. Say hello.
G'day.
Oh, what a stereotypical Australian. We've got John on the camera as well, and we are here for ETF2L's Metalworks One Night Cup. That's right, it's going to be one night of non-stop Metalworks action, just so we can make ourselves sick of it. It's the first time we're going to play it this season in Europe. Yuki, what are your thoughts on the map?
Um, it's pretty soldier biased with like all these annoying crappy chokes, but there's a lot of flank play opportunities, so I think it's a pretty fun map overall because I played it in Invite last season with R5, and even though our team got shit on, it was a lot of fun to play Scout on the spot. And there's also some pretty neat sniper lines, so hopefully we see some sniper action.
And I know you told me whenever we were off air there earlier, but I was inquiring as to what do you call the areas in this map, because it's all just like one big ass building for a lot of the parts. But maybe you could guide John, our cameraman, and name a few of these areas for us simple-minded Europeans.
Oh, okay. Well, if we go to mid, well, that's obviously mid. Who would have thought?
Mid, eh?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then you head towards like second through this like kind of flank area. I don't know, this looks like a yard area to me, really. That's kind of what I've called it. DJC liked to call it alley valley rather, for whatever reason, because it kind of looks like Badlands Valley, I guess. And if we go a bit deeper, I'm pretty sure this area is called alley, like towards second, like this little concrete kind of area. And I guess these two other areas are like lobbies, like there's last lobby and then mid lobby. I don't even know.
We could call one the foyer and one the lobby.
Yeah, call one the atrium.
This does actually look. Oh, John is apparently not in game yet. Wow, just learned that. So
Cool.
this is a radio description. I hope we're painting a picture here with our words. Thanks for letting us know, John. But yeah, that could be an atrium. You know, it's very high ceilinged, maybe too high ceilinged for a lobby. Just in there at mid. But anyway, the two teams we're going to be seeing here tonight. This is the highest bracket. There's 16 of the toppest teams to apply are here, and the best fixture in the first round of 16 was definitely Impracticable Project against Reverto, two Premiership teams for the upcoming season 16. Do you know anything about these guys, Yuki?
I know Reverto, especially more so Huey because he's a cool guy. But I did a bit of mentoring for them for the fundraiser thing about a week ago, and they received what, like I said, pretty well. So hopefully they've taken the advice on board and they're going to put on a good game tonight. I don't know much about the other team, Impracticable Project, you said. I know it's got rib in it. It's got rib, prime rib, prime rib.
They would have
delicious prime rib. That beer, glorious.
They were at I-49 playing as Solar. I believe you might have played against them. Yes.
I don't think we played against them. Like,
Solar were at I-49, right? I wasn't there.
I know of the player Hicks, and he's supposed to be pretty good at soldiers, so and we'll see what he can do, because, as I said, this is pretty good soldier map.
Yeah, well, they've got a few changes to their roster from last season. They've got a new medic there, Lil Cedar, and obviously Rib from Broder, legendary demo man. And tonight they have Rake. He's going to be a merc in place of Medu, their Estonian scout. So there you go. But as for Reverto, that's pretty much their starting lineup. Who is that fake nicking soldier? Oh wow, I'm gonna give him a piece of my mind. Hold on till I open up Steam.
Oh wait, that's Huey, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right.
I think it's Huey. Yeah.
I'm gonna slay him. Hold on.
What a big jerk. You don't have my number. Apparently.
But yeah, I've just called him out live on
You told
air.
him his boss.
I said, please, Huey, stop fake nicking. I didn't swear or anything. I was very polite. But I have been messaged by Huey asking me, are we ready? I told them we are. So they are going live. We should see some action within 90 seconds or less. What's your prediction for this game? You know, just flip a coin there.
Flip a coin? 4-3 Reverto. I don't even know. That'll do.
Yeah.
I'm awful.
That
I'm
might be a
awful.
little bit of an
I'm
upset.
hoping,
They just
I'm hoping it's going to be close though, because none of them really know the map that much because they haven't had much time to prepare on it. So hopefully it's a bit close at least.
yeah. Hopefully it'll be just constant carnage, hilarious to watch and cast, but not really the highest level of TF2. But this is them just getting a feel for it, so it could
Making
be
excuses for them
ropey.
already, are you?
Yeah. Oh, I don't need to make excuses, man. Europe are world champions. Just deal with it, okay? Oh, Yuki, I need to apologise as well. I suppose the last time I cast it was quite a long time ago, but I didn't realise you were actually like the greatest soldier in the world at the time. I just thought you were some random Australian guy. Now I know I'm going to treat you with a bit more respect, you know? Sorry, Your Majesty, Your Highness.
You're using titles with me now, is it okay? It's very humbling. Here we go. Looks like we are going live, so I don't know. I'm going to follow Rib, so you can do what you want to do. I'm going to watch the Prime Rib.
It's a pretty boring demo manual from what I've seen. Haven't seen anyone really speeding things up much more than that. Rib's going to be there slightly faster though than who he is. Fake nicking and spamming from the bottom there. Chooses to come out of that lower atrium door. Oh yes, we're using it. And it's going to be initiation from Starkey there jumping up top, but pretty much everybody from Impracticable project just sitting back. Rib gets picked off though, demo man down, but Reverto have lost 2 soldiers and a lot of spam power with that, Yuki.
Yeah, just seems like they lost a lot of positioning there. But it looks like re-entering from tip, oh my god, just players dying left, right and center on Reverto. Huey's going to be the sole survivor. Uber is going to be retained for tip, and that's just a bit of a disaster for Reverto, losing players really early. Like, they had the really early demo pick, but it didn't really matter because they committed a lot of players for it, and that's going to be the mid-cap up for tip, and they're going to be looking to pressure this second point.
Yeah, they just seemed quite happy to sit back, protecting their medic in the lobby and letting their scouts deal with the jumpers, not really committing too much to it, and just seemed to skill it. Oh, there's the force coming in though. That's the Reverto soldier known as Rising, son of Germany, going in there for the force, but they've lost 3 players again, slightly overcommitting for the picks and the forces that they want thus far, but they will have a little bit of an Uber advantage. We're going to see a bomb in here from Higgs, who gets destroyed by Huey's pipes, and a little bit of scatter shot there from Aphage.
Yeah, that was a bit of an ambitious play. I would have preferred if he waited maybe 3 seconds for the rest of his team to come in so they could actually have a chance to push in, but you know, not really much lost there. They do cap up that second point, and Ubers are fairly even, so we're going to have to see if Tip end up, you know, running some suicides or some utilities, because like it's 0-0 on the board and they're the ones that are in the driver's seat at the moment.
Yeah, a lot of these European pockets seem to be like quite suicidal if things haven't gone their way. Like if they just got forced, they feel it's their responsibility to jump in and roll the dice and try and make something happen. But I noticed I-49, you were very disciplined yourself. If you thought something wasn't going well, you just go back and cap, and you seem to prefer to stay alive rather than go for the heroics. Would that be right?
Normally at home it's the complete opposite. I'm just like, oh, this Uber was shit, I'm just going to do like a quad rocket jump and jump for them. But it looks like Tip are pushing in through this right side here. They're going to, looks like a bomb a roaming soldier. There's QNX jumping in, going to land at the heavy, no fun allowed, the skill hose. But he does sneak behind after that. Going to try and get on the medic. He does actually force the Uber, so really well played by Tip to actually get that force, only losing their roaming soldier. And now the onus is on Reverto to try and hold this incoming onslaught, which should be coming in the next, I'd say, 20 seconds or so.
Yeah, really surprisingly got that. I'm not sure if Bar was just a little bit too trigger happy popping off that Uber. He wasn't like 70, though one rocket would have killed him, but he popped it, and now the ball is firmly in the Impracticable project court, and that's just such a mouthful. You calling them Tip, man? Can we run with Tip? Or Ip?
I think Tip's pretty good. Tip, Ip, Tips from Ips.
Oh, here comes the Uber charge though. They're going to lead with Hicks, and they've got Rib in tow as well here. They're just trying to get as many frags as possible, not really doing anything to that point. No intent to cap. Now they're going to switch it up, but ooh, almost thought for a second that those 3 Reverto players could block it, but that heavy weapons guy just so slow, Yuki.
Yeah, and not only that, Huey was the first one to die, and losing a demo man practically instantly on our last defense is like 9 times out of 10 going to be the round loss, and that brings us 1-0 in favor of Tip, and we're going to have to see if Reverto can mix up this midpoint a bit, not commit too many players to get that demo man pick, which isn't all that important.
Yeah, I'm going to see if Rib gets focused down this time. He's going to play on the little balcony there, spamming directly down onto that lobby door where Reverto are coming from this time. Now the double soldier bomb up top, trying to Oh, they do get Rib again, actually. Rib really not getting protected by his team. The soldiers didn't bomb directly in and get picked off this time, and but at the same time they managed to lose their medic. Bar went down to Hicks, and I totally missed that one.
Yeah, none of the scouts were really around ready to help deny that enemy soldier jumping in. It looks like Rising is going to have a really late death. I don't really agree with that decision, because now his team's going to be down a player and Uber, and they are defending this midpoint, so they're probably going to have to concede it really soon, as Huey's the only one in here just setting up a sticky trap. So we're going to have to see if Reverto can either force an Uber or get a pick here, just buy themselves some time.
Yeah, Impracticable taking their sweet time here, just working their way towards the atrium now. They're peeking on the entrance that is sticky. Now they move into the valley, the yard area there, and they're going to move up the wooden plank slowly but surely. The bomb comes in though, it gets the force off. Starkey gets taken out by core craters there, but does get that Uber, and that's all he wanted there, Yuki.
Yeah, it looks like they do get that Uber force off, and they lose mid unfortunately, but they are, as I said, going to have that Uber advantage. But meanwhile, it looks like Rising was having a bit of a snooze in the forward spawn area, so that, I guess that was the reason why Stark thought he had to need to do that suicide. But it looks like Tip are going to try and do their own play here, make the counter force, as QNX comes in through this low area, does jump up on that soldier. He's sky high, but he is going to get out, luckily for him. Oh no, he's getting chased by this. He's, oh my god, 20 health, he's actually going to get out here. But Reverto need to do something here. They still have Uber advantage, and they're just wasting time right now. Stark's peeking into this, I guess, atrium area right now, not really having much luck. But meanwhile, there is a kill on the flank. That is Rising taking down Rake that scout. That's going to buy some room for Reverto on this flank, and they're going to try and get into this mid here.
Here comes Starkey. He's all alone here with his medic. A team are on the flank. It's going to be a full 8-second Uber charge for him if he wants. Apex tries to get involved and gets dropped by the stickies of Rib, who also gets Rising there. 3 frags, 4 frags now coming in for Impracticable Project without losing a single member of their team yet. QNX on 50 HP there, but he's going to survive. That was a pretty bad exchange there for Reverto.
Yeah, as soon as they lost 2 players to a sticky trap, Reverto should have probably just backed off and cut their losses and just backed off and, you know, looked to defend the second point or even last. But with this massive disadvantage right now, it's going to be a tough ask to defend this last point. It's facing 50-odd% disadvantage right now. They are going to run the heavy. I'd like them to see rather run another util, maybe a sniper, because that first shot can be the difference between you holding a point or not, especially like, you know, a full body shot on a player or even, you know, a headshot kill can work wonders for defending team.
Absolutely, Uber charge is just about to come up, and TIP are working their way in on the left side on the attacking perspective. They're going to lead with Hicks, who is now getting Uber along with Rib, but they haven't managed to do much damage to those players. They did force them into spawn though and take down that heavy, but the soldiers had just ninja vanished from Reverto, then jumping in again. Rising finds Hicks, and there's Aphage onto Little Cedar as Bar pops off his Uber, then goes for the saw onto Rib. Will flash Aphage again. He's going to pick up another 2 frags. Big 3k there from Aphage, the French Wonder Scout.
You know, that was well played by Aphage, just playing with the medic, and does get a 4 kill in the end. So just really tight play by him, just playing really solid passive scout, just sitting around with the medic and making sure to be in fairly decent tether range, and that's going to give Reverto this second point now, coming off their last point, and you know, now they're in a pretty good position. Ubers are even, no team has any, like, you know, silly util class like a spy or sniper or anything like that, so gonna have to see what Reverto can do here and maybe not botch the next push if they get into that position.
IP trying to lead here with some double soldier spam from the atrium down towards that choke point, but they actually ate a lot of spam themselves. They're quite weak here. QNX is very much in need of heals. There are med packs there in the atrium, as we've now christened it. It's going to catch on, believe me. But look at this position here from Reverto. They're ready to go, and Little Cedar doesn't have his charge yet. He's just about to hit that 100th percentile, and things will turn into a little bit of a stalemate. No, it's going to be an Uber exchange here as Bar and Starkey move in and then realise this is probably a little bit unwise. They're going to back off and see how this Uber trade affects them. Starkey still jumping around in the lobby there, eventually goes down, but Bar was unable to escape, eats the stickies from Rib. Uh-oh.
Yeah, Reverto had no support there, just falling out. Huey wasn't in a good position to, you know, help juggle the Uber or anything like that. It looks like, meanwhile, Aphage is going to get taken down by Rake, and Reverto just leaking late plays. This is something they don't really want to do. Losing their soldier and their scout. Huey's going to be the sole survivor, which is a plus, but he's going to have to get at least a kill here to try and, you know, slow down the onslaught that is IP.
Just a little question there from Hildreth in the chat. He obviously missed our pre-game
our briefing.
descriptions without any images of what we were going to call things. But the atrium is that lobby area near middle. It's not a lobby, it's an atrium. It's very high ceilinged. There's bombing though from Hex, who actually doesn't have the full Uber there and will go down to Aphage's spinning minigun. Little Cedar has flashed 3 or 4 members of his team now. The Uber is faded, he's on the point, goes down, but he distracted that heavy long enough for Core to come in behind there to finish him off. But wow, Bar with another Uber saw. That's 2 so far this game, I think, Yuki.
Yeah, Var's just getting all the frags. He need to make Mylon look pleased with his performance right now, getting 2 Uber kills. And once again, actually no, this time on the other hand, we get Reverto with a huge Uber advantage. But it looks like there's a spy here in the form of Rake. Oh my god. Oh my god, is this soldier gonna
walk into it? Soldier must wonder, why can't I move? Why am I stuck crouched? And then he just jumps up.
He's just like, maybe it's a map glitch. Oh, no.
Worst map ever. Now Rake is behind in the lobby. We're going to call this one the lobby because it's actually a lobby. And is he going to wait for the back cap? He's playing the long con here, man. He's going to let Reverto push forward with that full Uber. And then maybe begin capping. Now he's just wandering around, man. I think this could be the first time Rake has played the map. He's just scoping out, trying to see what's happening. Now he begins the back cap as Uber is popped off. That must have been called by his teammates. Now it's Revolver versus Scattergun here on CP2. Rake cloaks and then moves back to the point. He's going to begin cap again. Will anybody be able to block from Reverto? What's happening on middle, Yuki?
Oh no, just really questionable Uber by Reverto, but it looks like they are getting some kills at the end with their scouts with a nice cleanup. They did lose their medic, but it's only a combo up for IP right now. They don't even have that forward spawn advantage. They do get a kill in that, but Huey is going to get out, and Reverto should actually be able to recontest this middle point, as they do have that forward spawn advantage, and IP are going to have to back out with only their combo. So it was a questionable Uber at first by Reverto, but it just turned good by some good flank play by their scouts and their roaming soldier specifically.
Yeah, I mean, Rake in here as a merc, and he starts running spy back caps. Jesus, I would not ask him to merc for me again. What a hero. Right now he is not running spy, he is back on scout. He did get finished off by Core while that whole battle was going on in middle. Look at the position here from Rake now, actually. An interesting ninja spot here, hiding on the sort of the lid to the drop down, just waiting there, hoping that he won't get spotted. No, he's going to think twice about it.
Even more visible for a poke, like looking at the drop down, so bit of an interesting position, but looks like IP are actually poking it through this yard area right now. They are taking a bit of spam, but very good defensive positioning by Reverto, but looks like they are going to be walking in. Hicks leading the charge. Early Uber is forcing him. They're getting some good damage on the Reverto side, but Reverto are very split. And there is a flank Uber play by Stark happening right now, but looks like Reverto have lost 3 players right now, and they're going to have to back out because they've got nothing right now, Admirable.
Yeah, they really committed for that medic pick there, and they might have been wiser going for the combat classes since the Uber had just been popped off. They did get the medic, but it looks like Bar is going to go down as well, so no advantage gained from that. Still, they do have that little spawn window. We're going to get E-Thug and Rising up now. They might want to contest this. They will know that these scouts are not buffed, in fact, slightly under full health.
Yeah, I would have liked to see
go
them contest there. They did have a demo up, so it's, easy spam to slow down that midpoint, but it looks like they can take the safer option. Meanwhile, we're going to see the crit swap happening for Lil Cedar, so some crits play are going to be happening on Rib, so keep an eye on him in the next minute or so, or about, next minute, as we're going to see some sick crit stickies. Oh boy.
I'm all about that crits play. Yesterday we were casting a game on 3 maps, and I think I saw Crits Creek once, and I was calling for it every time, man, but wow. Hopefully I can get my vitamin K today, and we're going to see some damage multipliers in effect here from Rib Team Sweden's demo man. He's going to be in the Nations Cup bronze match, but final. Right now he is here playing for the Impracticable project in this One Night Cup, trying to get some experience for season 16. The crit sticky is good. He finds Hui and he finds Starkey. That is 2 players from the calm down. Medic does survive. Bar is backing off now with both his scouts, but not much they can do here. They need to try and buy as much time for these spawns coming in the next 2 seconds.
I'm surprised the scouts aren't even building Uber right now. It looks like IPR coming in hot right now. The Uber is going to be coming up very soon on Bar. Oh my god, but he doesn't get it, and IP end up high on the point. That's 2-0 in their favor, and I'm surprised, Reverto's scouts just weren't building that last bit of Uber. If they just, did a bit of a Boston Basher slapping themselves in the face, then they would have had that Uber to defend the point, but unfortunately they don't. As a result, they're now down 2-0, so we're going to have to see if they can turn this around, because there were some glimmers of hope in that last round, but they need to have more than glimmers and some good plays right now. Yeah,
Rib's gone down on the last 3 middles, so I'm fully expecting him to die again. He is. Oh, was that a big air shot there? I saw the rising. He got denied. He is now in the spawn queue. He's going to be joined by E-Thug and Aphage. Both scouts down for Reverto, and things seem to be falling apart for them. It's going to be a wipe. That's the first mid wipe I think we've seen of the 3 middles so far.
Yeah, just like, once again, early deaths by Reverto. I think they're just trying to be too aggressive at the start. Like on that second rollout, the one that they actually won, like they just killed Rib practically for free. They didn't really overcommit, lose any players. They just killed Rib, and then they just did a bit of a battle. But unfortunately for them, once again, they're going to be on this last point, facing a massive Uber disadvantage, and IP are going to be coming in here probably in the next 15 seconds, 20 seconds, as they just wait for their spawns to get there.
How do you like to approach this last point against a full turtle? If you know there's a heavy, are you going to lead with 2 scouts, or are you going to go in and do it yourself because you're Yuki, #1 badass?
I like taking Uber because I like being invulnerable. I don't like dying. As it looks like you were coming on this next time with that's the thing. Nick's just leading the charge into that. Position right now.
Oh, Yuki, you're turning into a bit of a robot for me.
Hello?
You're turning into a robot for me. I might have to take over here. But right now on last, only 1 player on the offensive side remains alive. Rick is just escaping. And that was a hold there, although both medics did go down. Little Cedar's going to respawn and have a little bit of an advantage, and he's going to go crits creep. Yuki, how are you holding up there?
How's it working?
Oh yeah, still a bit robotic, man.
Oh,
Oh, you're still just full robot for me. Totally getting DDoS there. I don't know what he's saying. Some sort of robotic kangaroo, aborigine, didgeridoo going on there. And John is saying that Yuki's lag can make the whole mumble lag, so I'm not entirely sure how to proceed here. Work some magic there, please, Yuki. But anyway, we do have a game in our hands here. Reverto, who just picked up 4 frags, 3 frags there, and they have pushed out from last after that hold. Little Cedar does still have that crit streak, but he hasn't been building to have a significant advantage here. They probably will still try and pop it off and roll the dice. And we're about to see that right now as the crit stalls come in. Rib tries to loft the sticky up towards the right hand door there to the atrium. Oh yes, it's the thing now. But doesn't manage to get a frag with it. He does have some crit stickies in position though to pick off anyone who wants to challenge and try and cap this middle. Reverto, they're scared, they're going to back off. They also are 1 player down, so they know they have a significant window here where they can wait for their spawns. They can even wait as long as they want because they have Uber and Little Cedar has crit, so if they execute correctly it shouldn't be a problem. But right now they're just going to try and trade spam here. They've actually picked off Rick, and now the Uber comes in, they're going to lead with the jumping demo man. Hui going Darius is going to get core. That's both scouts down. No fear of the back cap here. Yuki, are you back with us? No. He joined but left. He's just teasing me. Core is about to respawn. It soon will be 6 on 6 again. Now the crits is going to come in here from the valley. Rib finds Aphage with a long range sticky there. Oh, just about. This is E-Thug, then gets him with the 3rd one. Both scouts down again for Reverto. Didn't really have a good read on the crit situation there, but Rib's homing stickies just went straight in there. And now a bomb in onto Bar. He eats a rocket from Rising, but then gets followed up on, or sorry, from QNX, and then gets followed up on by Hicks, but Little Cedar goes down as well, so both medics have gone down. Now it turns into a 3-on-3 melee, but it's 2 scouts on 2 scouts. Bar has respawned, but he's not there to help, and the focus fire is coming in better for the 2 Finns here. Core and Rake doing work onto the Reverto combo. Now it's up to E-Thug to go huge on 8 HP, jumping around like a lunatic but not landing many himself. He will go down, and it's going to be scouts on flashing red HP, 20 and 11 apiece. They do get the point though, and it looks good for Impracticable Project to maintain their dominance here as we have 12 minutes left. 2 rounds to 0. Yuki. No. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna keep calling his name out like a long lost lover. Hello? Yuki has rejoined Mumble. You sound good.
Yeah, that was quite something. I don't know what happened there.
Well, you are trying to. It's from like thousands of miles away. It's a miracle you're even here at all. Impracticable Project are going to lead in from the left hand side though on the attacking perspective from that little doorway. Again, the Uber doesn't do much other than force off Revertos, and combo of IP will be able to back out successfully and regroup. Actually, Hicks just gets caught off there by a sticky from Hui, and Reverto are going to use this momentum to try and push forward here. They know they've done some damage and got picked, but Aphage is going to go down to core on the flank, and there is a man behind. This is just set a cat amongst the pigeons here as Reverto realise they need to turn around and defend. This is an opportunity for Impracticable Project to use that distraction and push forward. Core still alive here, just dancing around all over the place. There's a lot of red health though for IP, and they're going to go down thick and fast. Hicks is just about alive here, backing off through the lobby onto CP2. He's running for his life. He's got the skill stick out. He's got to go to a lobby. Sorry, Atrium. Pick up that pumpkin pie now on 126 HP. He's spamming rockets onto the point, but he knows there's not much he can do. He's just trying to make Reverto think twice about going full steam ahead. Are you back, Yuki?
Yeah, good work by Huey to actually just capitalize on the fact that IP were all just pushing through the one choke and just absolutely destroy them coming through there. But meanwhile, it looks like we're going to see Ray coming in for some sniper play. But in the meanwhile, it looks like the Uber push does come in from this yard area from Reverto. But the Uber's a bit scrappy. They do pick up that sniper in the end, but I think there is a soldier behind them. That's a form of QNX, so he's just going to be a bit of a pain. And he's going to start that back out, but it's not really going to have much luck, and that's going to be essentially a two-player disadvantage for IP. And if Reverto actually try and capitalize on this really quickly, they're going to potentially be able to take this second point.
Yeah, it was a very optimistic back cap. Might have been smarter just to linger around behind and not show himself as capping, but now he's sitting here taking mini crits from a scout, switches back to the skill stick. It won't wear off, and Ethug will get that easy frag onto QNX. I think they are both Norwegians, if I'm not mistaken. So there you go, a little bit of Viking on Viking action. And right now you will see Impracticable Project backing off through that valley underneath the drop down and returning to a more solid position up here onto CP2. Do you like to hold where they're holding? Where would you hold, Yuki?
On second, I think this is alright. I mean, it's pretty aggressive positioning. Looks like, as I hold the thought, Hicks does come in here. Uber's force on both sides. Actually, IP getting slightly better into that. Looks like Stark's going to try and force a multi, but he's going to get stuck in here and potentially killed. Cool work, but Huey does come in with the backup just in time to bail him out and does pick off Rib. Nice work by Stark to actually catch that. And now Revertos need to buy their time, but get some heals on their players. They do lose a scout, so that's going to be a bit of trouble. But Demo is down in the form of Rib, so it looks like Revertos should be able to get some pressure in here, but a lot of rocket spam coming in for them. That's going to be pretty hard for them to go through that little choke there.
Oh, the scouts just cleaned up on alley there, leading into Valley. Ethug, Aphage and Starkey down in quick succession, and now Reverto running with their tails between their legs here. They gotta back off. You see Bars in that Atrium, he's healing up Hui here, and they're just trying to put down a little bit of spam, slow things down for those spawns coming in, which have just arrived already. There is time on the point though for IP, but they're two players down. Reverto with big pipes there, picking up Rake as well, and oh, Bar goes in before he gets Uber at 94%, but there's only two players here for IP. It's Hicks and Little Cedar. The combo is trying to get a few frags here. Starkey will go down, but there's a scout behind. Hicks finally realizes that Little Cedar is being stalked by a red scout, and they will manage to hold on and recap here, but the forward spawns do come in. Bar spawns forward, and Reverto will surely be able to put up a fight here on CP2, Yuki.
Huey's playing really aggressively into that combo. He wanted to try and punish them for being in a pretty bad position, but he went so forward, went flying straight into them, and then just got killed once he had no ammo, so should have been biding his time a bit there, just putting some easy pressure on. Unfortunately for him and his team, they are going to be losing that midpoint. And meanwhile, it looks like IP want to be pushing with this Uber advantage really soon. They're looking through this yard kind of area. I want to try and get in from the flank. It's a pretty common area for them to be pushing. They don't like pushing in through that atrium lobby area. Hicks is taking a lot of damage here though, so this is going to be some good play from Reverto. But they do lose once again 4 players, including the medic, and this is going to be a bit of a disaster for them.
Yeah, that is quite surprising. Whenever I played against Reverto in the preseason just as a merc, and I thought they were quite a defensive, solid team, but what I've seen today, they're lacking a lot of control in terms of their player sacrifices and their bomb-ins, but maybe just IP are too strong. Right now though, Reverto are struggling to hold on to last year. The spawn wave did come in, but already they were at a man disadvantage, and the Impracticable Project will make it 3-0 with 6 minutes left on the clock here.
Yeah, maybe Reverto just getting stuck up on the fact that it's, you know, a new map, it's something different, but I don't know, I mean, good as a learning experience as opposed to, you know, thinking so negatively about it. Meanwhile, going to be following Rib on this rollout, coming in through this lower door area. Going to be looking for the demo, just get the first sticky off on that scout and that demo. But not really much happening right now. It looks like Reverto opting for a bit more passive play. I like this, but Soldier, as I say that, Soldier does come flying in onto that right side area. And not really much happening here on my side, Admirable. But Aphid does get a nice kill. Meanwhile, Core does return with another kill. And Reverto actually getting even another trade here. But they do lose their medic. But looks like it's going to be white for Reverto, actually. And they're going to clean up and get that midpoint. So, well played by them to actually just buy their time a bit instead of just going ham, balls to the wall aggressive.
Yeah, it seemed to be like a bit of a Mexican standoff there in the middle. Like, IP really didn't seem like they wanted to push forward. And it was Rising who went in on a bit of a Rambo roaming effort there, jumping around all over the place, and that managed to get Hicks isolated. He was trying to duke it out with Stark up top, pocket on pocket, but the Reverto just came up trumps there. I'm not entirely sure what they did, but it seemed to work now. It's Impracticable Project's turn to hold last with a heavy weapons guy and a sniper. Rake loves to snipe.
It's interesting that Pocket's deciding to play as the heavy there. I'm not sure I really like that much because quite often the heavy's one of the first targets to die, and you know, if you think about it, like, having a pocket soldier, like, you know, as soldiers, just generally stronger. But I don't know, I guess that's the way they're gonna play. But looks like we're just seeing Rick here trying to snipe him through this area. But there's only 4.5 minutes left for Reverto to get at least three rounds to, you know, even it out. But not really much is gonna happen there as Reverto is pushing through this main area. Admirable.
Yeah, just trying to find their entry point. They do actually Uber, probably scared of that sniper, and then the fact there was a soldier right on top of them standing on that metal fence just spamming down. The Uber does come in, but there's nobody really able to chase here. QNX as the roamer does try to go forward, but Cedar opts to turn around and just make sure his team are all surviving and on decent health on last. Hicks is going to stay back as that pocket heavy and hold last on his own on the flank.
With the flare gun.
Oh yeah, we've got some
area.
we've got some new unlocks in Europe, you know, so people are just trying to get that out of their system, running pyro more often than you might have seen in the past. Everybody thinks the flare gun is OP. There you go, Rick! With the burnout there on E-Thug, he's going to get him with the afterburn of that flare gun. And here's the demo man coming from behind. Hui coming in trying to pick up all these weak players. We'll find Rick and Core now. He gets bombed by a soldier. He's able to go down and get that big kit, but he can't land a pipe. Couldn't trade there. QNX is going to get that frag onto Hui, but he may yet die to Rising here. His opposite number. QNX makes a break for the Atrium, but then finds even more red players there. Reverto just respawning and coming forward onto CP2. It's going to be a little bit of an Uber stalemate. Again, nobody opted to run Kritzkrieg this time, and I think Impracticable Project just happy to run that clock down.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of a dead time happening here right now. It looks like Reverto just trying to get something here. E-Thug does get a nice pick, and they're going to be focusing on that heavy. Hicks does get taken down in the heavy, and that's a really good pick for Reverto right now, as they're going to be coming here. That soldier does get sent flying sky high. Huey does come in here, but meanwhile the medic is baiting the point. E-Thug coming in with some nice cleanup, good cleanup by both scouts of Reverto, and they should be able to get this point, and that's 3-1. And 2.5 minutes, it is possible, but if, you know, IP just decided to park the bus, then no.
Yeah, imagine if Rake had been scout there instead of dicking about as pyro. Would they have lost that round? Would they have kept a clean sheet? We'll never know. We're going to go to another middle here, and it's up to Reverto to set the pace. The clock is really against them here as it just ticks down towards 2 minutes. I'm going to watch Hui here as he spams pipes across onto that upper doorway into the atrium. And again, it's just taking up a very defensive position here, standing on the crate, spamming, waiting to see what Reverto we're going to do. And Bar is first to die there. Core straight in with that medic frag. QNX onto Aphage is going to get Rising as well. A brace there for QNX. And Rake will pick up some scraps here as well. Little Cedar has managed to survive. And he's going to meet up with Pocket Hicks, who is super weak right now. And QNX, he's healing up his soldiers and pushing forward. Meanwhile, Rib is just going ham here. He's going to chase down Hui and force him to crater. Smashes him with a body slam into the ground there. Impressive stuff, Yuki.
Yeah, no, it looks like Reverto calling out the GG. Even though there's a minute and a half, there's no way they could win at least 2 extra points in this situation. And it was a bit unfortunate. Like, Reverto had some pretty good rollouts and some decent pushes, but it seemed like a lot of their Ubers were, you know, not very coordinated, not very well communicated. But enough of that. Looks like we're going to see IP pushing through this Uber. Going to be a double scout Uber through this left area. They do take down Stark the Pocket Sword, and those scouts are just flying in. The rest of the team's going to be flying in the next couple of seconds as well. Hicks gets a kill on Aphid. Drake does get taken down, but looks like all the bodies are falling in the way form of IP, and that's going to be the cap, and that's 4-1, and that should be the final score, unless Reverto decide to practically concede the round and let them win another round in 45 seconds. Actually, don't think that's possible. And there's going to be a double sniper pirate mid ads.
Already we have the bad banner from Huey, who has joined Twitch chat to say, this map is awful. Nothing like a bit of sour grapes, you know. And Starkey, during the game as well, calling out Metalworks as a bad map. Is it a bad map, or are these guys just sore losers? What do you think, Yuki?
I think there's some issues with it. I don't really like the re-pushing opportunities to mid that much. I think the yard area kind of stinks. But I know the choke's not that bad. I don't know, I think it's an okay map. It requires a bit of work, but the design of it, I don't really like it that much. It just looks like there's, you know, a bunch of stuff thrown around everywhere. I don't know, maybe.
It doesn't look like a legitimate military facility or whatever it's supposed to be. Is that what you mean? Does it suspend your belief?
Right, where's the missile silo? Where's the rocket? Where's the rocket? These maps always need the rocket if it's supposed to be some sort of military base.
I don't honestly know.
I can't find any rocket. There's no rocket. That's unfortunate.
That is the timer ticking down there. It is going to be 4-1 here in favour of Impracticable Project, or IP, or TIP. A big tip if you want. We're still trying to figure that one out. I think we should go to a little bit of a break here. This has been Admirable with Yuki and John on the camera. We'll go to some music for now until we figure out what's happening with the next rounds. But you just saw Impracticable Project take the first game in the round of 16, 4-1.